Hello, fellow people. If you're watching this, you right here, uh, my name is Jay Rhymes. I'm also an alien, but I have some things to tell you guys, and it's very random. But this course of time is very special. You see, what I'm saying, like right now, today, you're probably gonna be watching this tomorrow or whatever. But we're in the red moon phase of everything, and this is the time for clearing out the old and really finding who you are as a person and um, manifesting and just loving on yourself and figuring out what you actually want in your life. Um, and so I have some topics that I just want to talk about and get into. I'm thinking about starting a podcast, but let me know in the comments if you would like that. I don't know. Um, I started a podcast like a year ago, or whatever. I never really finished it, never really did anything with it. It was just kind of like a test run. Um, but yeah, um, it's very white in here. I know there's no color. I'm gonna add color into it. I just moved, but let's get into it. So first and foremost, love is everything. Like, where did the love go? Like, I started performing and I started singing and I started doing everything right and I started doing what I love to do. You know what I mean? And going into the scenes that I'm going into, it just seems like everybody is just so bland. Like, there's no love. See, love is something that is fluid. You see what I'm saying? It takes a lot more to love than it does to hate. And so I feel like that's a part of it because, like, we weren't really taught how to love. Like, most people really weren't taught how to do most things. You got to figure it out along the way. You got to figure out what your vibration is too. Like, do you want negativity? Do you want pain? Do you want to suffer? Like, nobody really wants that. We just been conditioned to feel that. So when we don't show love, support, unity, and, like, positivity alone, it just becomes like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, let's sit down and really have these conversations. Like, love is the foundation of everything. Like, we all know this, and if you don't know, now you know. Love is the foundation to everything. And we can say this and that, but the principle is that we're all miserable. We're doing things that we don't want to do. We're on social media, and social media just stripped emotions completely away. We could say what we want to say, even if that's not um, primarily the right thing to say. We still say it. We still act like we don't care. We don't give a f. And honestly, it's coming to a point where we actually do care. We actually do need sustainable love to feel positive and to be motivated. You see what I'm saying? Like, motivation comes from love. You see what I'm saying? If you don't love what you're doing, you're not going to be motivated to do it. If you don't like what you're doing, you're not going to be motivated to do it. And so the foundation of everything is love. You have to love what you're doing. And some people will say, like, oh, like, I can go to my 9 to 5 and do whatever. Okay, go to your 9 to 5, right? But I know you're gonna be miserable doing what you're doing. Like, there's no love in it. You see what I'm saying? So love is everything, and that's where we're gonna start because I feel like that's the foundation that needs to be said. And um, I'm 23, so I'm still learning. You know what I mean? I'm not here to, you know, change anybody's point of view, but I'm here to say that it's crucial that we do so we can build the connections we want to build and stuff like that. Next is stop comparing yourself. Like, what are you comparing yourself to? And this is like a good question because, like, I always think to myself, like, especially doing music and being around, people my age, it's very hard not to compare yourself to people because you feel like you're either too far ahead or you're too far behind, and that's not the case. Like, we're right where we need to be, and we have to stop looking at, like, social media and all these people that are succeeding in life, right? Because is it really success? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's their story. What about you, though? Like, we're so focused on everything that everybody else is doing, like, we forget that this is our life. Like, this is literally our life, and we're wasting it on other people because we're comparing ourselves to the next person. What is that really doing for you? It's actually stripping your love away from yourself. Self love is the foundation to get you to the next step of growth. You see what I'm saying? You can't grow without loving yourself and putting yourself first and stuff like that. And so when you compare yourself, you kind of strip that away from everything you've been working hard to obtain. So I just don't get it. And I feel like if you're doing that, you should stop, only because you're wasting your time. And I'm just gonna be honest, like, we're wasting our time comparing ourselves to the next person. Like, I had somebody tell me something. They were like, "Yo, like, I listen to your music and now I feel so discouraged about mine." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" In my head, because I'm like, bro, like, honestly, like, stop comparing yourself to me. You're not me and I'm not you. But I mess with your music. I like your music. Your music is valid. You just got to learn how to be better for yourself. You see what I'm saying? It's not about even being better than the next person. It's about competing with yourself. You know what I mean? Wanting to do better for yourself. So that comparing thing that people do to start jealousy and start envy and start all this shit, it's negative. It's, what is the point? So then, after you compare yourself and you really think about it, you are special in your own way. That's the next one. You are so special in your own way, and you got to know that you're special in your own way, because God made you who you are. Like, there was nothing wrong with you. God made you in his perfect image. So when we want to change ourselves for the next person, or we want to change ourselves because of whatever reason, you have to think about something. Are you changing yourself because you really want to change yourself? Or are you changing yourself because of other people's opinions about you that you've heard over the course of years? Doesn't matter. You are special. You are the number one person in your life that's going to be able to change it. You are the universe. You see what I'm saying? Universe is one. So you are what you put out into the world. If you put out negativity, you're going to get negativity back. If you put out positivity, you're going to always get positivity back, whether it comes now or later. That's just how it works. We're a magnet. We attract energy and we also give out energy as well. So it's like, choose what you want, but I'm letting you know that you're special in your own way, and I feel like, naturally we're all unique. So remember that. Remember who you are. Learn who you are first. You know what I mean? Stop doing this game that you're playing with yourself. It's not working. It's just not working. And trust me, I've done the game, and it comes back around to me. Why am I doing this to myself? I'm putting myself in such a bad position in my mind. So yeah, no. Do what you're called to do. And this is like kind of cliche. Everybody says do what you love. I'm not even saying that. Do what you feel called to do. Stop walking around and following other people's footsteps. Stop being a follower. Like, if I know that at one point or another, in order to learn, you have to look at other people and doing, like, learn how to do certain things, and that's cool, right? But once you figure out certain mechanisms and certain things for yourself, do what you feel called to do. Stop doing things that you know you're not supposed to be doing, whether it's drinking, smoking, partying too much, or doing drugs, whatever. Do what you're called to do. Stop doing the things that are gonna waste your time and make you miserable. Like, I went to this Labor Day thing, right? And I was just watching. I'm a observer. I observe people. I observe my surroundings. So we were out and we were chilling, and I'm just like, bro, like, this is what you call fun? Drinking and throwing up and doing all this stuff. And I'm not gonna name any names or whatever, but it's just like, you get to the point where it's like, is this even fun? Is this even fun? You're doing things that you could be putting your energy into so much more, but you're sitting here doing something that you're not even called to do. Find out what you really are called to do, and sometimes that takes sitting with yourself, and sometimes that takes being lonely and being one with yourself and not having people around you all the time. Why do we need to be around people all the time? Not saying that connection isn't good, but it's saturating. It's saturating your potential. So do what you're called to do, and figure that out, because you are so much more than what people want you to be. That's the next thing. Block out the noise. Block out that noise, bro. Like, block out the noise. When I tell you, I stopped talking to my mom, my friends, my family, everybody. I stopped talking to everybody. I just blocked out the noise and I started focusing on what I was called to do. And once I did that, things started going my way. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy, bro, but it is sustainable. It's something that I can actually see something fruition from. Like, you know what I mean? My fruitions are actually coming to a point where I'm seeing results. You see what I'm saying? And it's slow. It's gonna be slow, but doing things that you're called to do, and blocking out the noise goes hand in hand. You see what I'm saying? In order to really do what you're called to do, you have to block out that noise. You have to block out the opinions that people have for you. You have to block out the negative thoughts that you have for yourself, and just be one with every experience, every moment that you have. You see what I'm saying? Be present in the moment. You see what I'm saying? This was the hardest thing for me back in like 2022, and even prior to that. I always used to be around people. Always used to, go out and do things. I still do that now just because I make music, but I don't do it as severe. And I know my boundary to things. You see what I'm saying? But back then, I really was overdoing myself, and I had to get to a point where I had to just learn how to like take myself out, and do things for myself, and not care about what other people think. You see what I'm saying? That's the number one thing to the rise of your success, is blocking out the noise. Next is, don't tell everybody your plans, bro. I don't have a lot of friends, so this one is kind of easy for me. I'm not gonna lie. If you're around a lot of people, then maybe who you tell should, be somebody that you can really confide in, and people that you can actually really trust. But I would say keep your plans to yourself. And the only reason why I say this is because the more energy you put in telling people your plans, the more energy you waste of not actually doing those plans. You see what I'm saying? You get so riled up and so caught up in telling people your plans that you get so unmotivated to actually do your plans. I feel like when I don't tell somebody what I'm doing, it kind of gives me fuel to actually want to do it more, because I know that people are not expecting what I'm about to do, or I'm not even going to expect the result that's going to be had. So when I don't tell people my plans, it kind of gives me more energy to do so, because when I actually tell people my plans, they're going to try to either encourage me or discourage me. And most likely, it's going to be discouraging. So just know that people's opinions really don't matter, and save the energy for your actual plans that you have for yourself, so you can actually implement them in life. Gosh. And the last one is, it's okay to feel alone. See, I'm by myself right now. I'm literally talking to you guys. But it's okay to feel alone. It's okay to feel like things are just stagnant. You see what I'm saying? We always get caught up of moving really fast. And I used to have that problem as well, with just like moving really, really, really terribly fast. And I have ADHD, so that's just bound for me to happen. So I had to learn my boundary to moving fast. But anyway, it's okay to feel alone, because I feel like when you are alone, it goes back to, what are you called to do? You see what I'm saying? When you're alone, you get to think about the things that you're actually called to do, the things that you like, the things that you don't like, the things that are going to actually bring prosperity into your life. And I feel like when you're distracted around so many different people, so many different things, you really can't tell what you're really meant to do. Is it for them, or is it for me? You know what I mean? You go through that cycle of things where it's like, I can't even tell what I'm meant to do, because I'm too distracted. I'm too focused on what everybody else is doing to even know what I'm supposed to be doing in life. And it's okay not to have the answers right away, but start figuring that out. And the only way I realized I could figure it out was to be alone, and not totally isolated. That's not what I'm saying. Still make connections and still do what you have to do, but learn the balance of being alone and being okay to be alone. A lot of people feel like it's scary, and it is because you're finding out who you are within yourself, the good and the bad, and that alone is a lot to deal with, so it can be scary. But just know, when you get over that lonely feeling, you actually find the true meaning of who you are and your actual happiness. So yeah, if these things helped you, please comment down below how you feel, what you're going through. I really want to hear what you have to say. And honestly, I think that the world is so expansive to be able to change, and we should be able to grow, and we should be able to talk about these things. There's too much negativity going around just for my sake, and it's really heavy right now, just with everything that's going on with the world and whatever. But keep your head focused, stay focused on the prize, and know that you're the shit, bro. You're the shit. Anyway, my name is Jay Rhymes. If you don't know, you guys could follow me on Instagram, TikTok, BandLab, fucking Spotify, Apple Music. I'm a musician, so the links will be down in the description. And stay safe. Bye.